The tea wasn't very concentrated?
No, it was very concentrated.
Okay. I bet you that's the case.
Yeah.
And that's happened to me before, especially after a night of some drinks.
Oh, yeah?
If I throw some tea onto an empty stomach, it can get rough real quick. And I recommend Tums, by the way, for that.
Okay.
I think Tums are...
Like, my kids were so funny. I was like, oh, I think I'm going to puke, you guys. And they're like, ooh, we should take you home. We should make sure that you feel better. Elliot was even like, do you need me to nurse you? You weirdo. Get out of my face.
Yeah, that's pretty funny.
Oh, my gosh. But I made myself stop at Walgreens and get 7-Up because I was like, I don't know if I'm going to make it at home.
Damn. Pretty nice, but I need to get out and shovel my sidewalk. I just feel bad about letting my sidewalk sit there unshoveled, you know?
Right.
I think a lot of cities, in fact, can write you a ticket and will write you a ticket. I think Lawrence actually is known for writing people up if they don't shovel their sidewalk, their sidewalk specifically. Yeah. And yeah, I think a lot of places have ordinances for it, but I think Lawrence actually does have a reputation for actually enforcing that. And on mine, even though it's supposed to be warm, you know, stuff should melt off here. I've got enough of an overhang with my tree and the neighbor tree that there will be one spot that will just turn into ice and sit like that probably through the weekend. So I need to get that taken care of.
Yeah. Come on, Johnny homeowner.
I know. I really don't see the need to shovel that as time's gone by, unless there's just a ton of snow. And luckily so far we've had pretty, you know, just an inch or two or maybe 3 at a time. I don't really feel the need to shovel my driveway, you know?
Yeah.
I don't know. That's a recent development. Yeah, I feel like I can get away without doing that.
I mean, you're parking in your driveway, right? Or are you parking in the garage?
I park in the garage.
Okay.
But that does mean I basically make ice tracks happen when I back out each time.
Yeah.
And if someone's got to deliver a pack, if UPS or FedEx shows up with a package or something, then they've got to walk through it. Yeah, you're right. I need to pony up an entire I need to plow. I'm going to go ahead and call it plow all of my concrete on my property.
I'm loving living in an apartment during all this.
Yep.
And I'm not looking forward to next winter. And I kind of hope by the time we get in the house that there's no more snow.
Yeah. Well, you know, with the climate change, when I moved into my current house, I considered doing a condo instead, and I thought one of the nice things would be you don't have to worry about, shoveling the driveway, but also mowing the lawn.
Mowing a yard, right?
Yeah. Yep. The yard.
Yep.
That's
primarily one of the reasons I'm trying to talk Monty into a pool is because I have committed to helping more with the yard because we have a much bigger yard than we did. So
eliminate some of the yard with a pool?
Yeah. Let's concrete that bad boy up.
I endorse this idea.
I know.
I haven't caused any fights between you and Monty, have I? Matt suggested this.
No.
Not yet, at least.
Not yet, at least. No.
I don't want to get on Monty's bad side.
No, and there's lots of things that I'm like, oh yeah, Matt and I were talking about something, but I'm going to have to ask him more details. I think it was something about, I don't remember if we were talking about the smoke detectors or if we were talking about technology-wise, something with the internet. Like when you and I were just talking about the studio. That I'm like, oh yeah, Matt and I were talking. He was like, okay. I'm like, I'm just going to get you Matt's email and you guys can talk these things because way over my head. Yeah,
I was actually thinking I needed to send you some information. I need to find the appropriate article on sound deadening for your home studio, for your new home studio.
Yeah. And I was going to send you the Home Depot link for the desk that we're looking at. It's like a work table. And it's kind of like a butcher block in the same thing.
Ooh, cool.
So you can crank it up or you can crank it down.
Oh.
Yeah.
All right.
So I could have my standing desk or I could sit down if I wanted to.
Yeah, I'm really curious about this.
It's about the same size as my folding table, but it would be, Matt, it would be a real desk.
Right. Yeah, for anyone not familiar, Kate currently has one of those white tables that folds up with a rope handle, and you still have a folding chair as your office chair at home, your quote office chair. That's just brutal.
Quote, I know.
Especially since you spend a decent bit of time there.
Right.
But it forces you to stand, right? Also?
It does. There are days that I'm like, I can't do it. I'm sitting. But I have a really nice floor mat that I just move out of the way and put my folding chair down if I'm going to sit. And when I'm standing, I just put my mat back down. And yeah, so I have a really nice mat. You know what I mean?
Aw, thanks, Kate.
I have a really nice mat.
What was I going to say? So you're able to sit or stand at your current folding table?
I've got it on bed risers, so it's taller.
Okay, yeah.
And the table you can also make taller. Like the legs extend.
Oh, they like telescope?
Is that what that's called?
Well, like you unscrew or you loosen up a bit and then...
You press a button and the legs either get longer or shorter.
Oh, okay, yeah, it's got the little nubbins or whatever.
Nubbins, yes, nubbins.
That allow it to telescope. I think that's a telescope.
I've never heard that before.
Yeah, like telescope. You know, like a telescope?
Well,
like
but I've just never heard that that's what that is called for table
telescoping. Well, not necessarily. Yeah, I don't know. I feel like that's maybe right.
Maybe. Yes. So, and it's not one of those giant like church basement white tables. It's a shorter one.
Yeah, it's one that you might bring to a family function or something. The extended family, you need to set up a table, like a kid's table in the living room or something for the kids to eat at. No? No,
I wouldn't say. I mean, you'd put like 2 kids at this table. It's 46 inches long.
Yeah, it's a rectangle, right?
It's a rectangle, but right. When I think of a kid's table, I think of like a card table.
Yeah, you're right. That was a bad description.
This doesn't have as much surface as a card table. If this was the kids' table, it would be like the 2 bad kids staring at each other. Because that's all the room you get.
Yeah. For whatever reason, I was able to picture just perfectly 2 naughty children.
Certainly, it would not be me. I was never at the bad kids' table.
Staring at each other, both boys. And no one in particular, just 2 frowny boy faces staring each other down.
There you go.
Yep.
That made me laugh because you picked boys in general for the bad kids. We were watching Jeopardy last night. The girls and I were watching a college championship, and it was 2 boys and a girl, and she was smoking them. She was just everything. And you could see these guys getting visually frustrated that she was getting every question. Like you could see them, like they were raising their hand really high, almost like shaking their fist, trying to get the buzzer to go. It was hilarious. And she ended up winning Final Jeopardy by $1 because the guy in second place bet it all. And she bet what he needed plus $1. And then she won, and it was fantastic. And Elliot was like, I mean, girls are so much better at Jeopardy than boys. I mean, no offense, Dad. I mean, he's not here right now, but girls are so much better. Like, are you apologizing to your dad, who's not even here, for talking trash on his gender? She's like, yeah, girls are just better. Girls are just better. And I'm like, well, I'm glad she's not shy. Like, or, you know, I don't have to, as long as she's not getting in fights at school about girls rule, right?
Yeah, because the boys will totally win in that physical altercation.
I don't know. She's a biter, Matt.
Is that right?
She fights dirty.
Oh, so, okay.
I mean, I might be like a little borderline proud.
She learned from you, huh? She learned it from watching you?
Well, I told her about how my brother fought dirty when we were kids.
Okay, yeah.
And so I would say like half of it is my brother fought dirty and half of it is me telling things that I fought dirty but blaming it on my brother. So now it's funny what the kids remember.
Yeah, she took that as inspiration to her current fighting mode? Oh.
Yep. Okay. So every now and then Finley will be like, Mom, Elliot used her chin on me. And
used her chin?
Yes.
He just grinds her chin into
yes.
Finn's face or something like that? Or
like your arm or your thigh or your back. Okay, Matt, picture the Notre Dame fighting leprechaun, the fighting Irish. She's got that really jutted out chin.
Yes. Right.
Okay. That is my brother, Michael. My brother has that really sharp, pulled out chin. And we would be wrestling or whatever, and he would like fight dirty. He'd go for like that spot in your arm, and he'd dig his chin in or your back So I told her that, and she's like, well, hey, I don't have a big chin like he does, but she puts that sucker to use.
Damn.
Hurts. Yeah, I'm telling you.
Okay.
If she gets in-school suspension for using the chin, I'm going to kind of be borderline proud.
Using the chin. Had she not used her chin, had she just used a traditional chokehold,
right?
This would be different. Okay.
Couldn't just punch him in the face like a normal person. Got to go with the chin.
Gosh.
I'm sorry. I just had a hiccup. I took some 7-Up.
Oh, yeah. How's the, you enjoy 7-Up outside of having a messed up belly?
I'm not really a fan of 7-Up except for when a messed up belly. I think I used to like Sprite or 7-Up with vodka back in the day, but just like a touch for the sugar. I'm not a soda or tonic person.
Yeah, right.
But I want the bubbles.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't want all the sugar. So I would do vodka, water, and a splash of 7-Up to get like the bubbles and the sugar.
Okay. Yeah, and get a little lime in there.
Oh, yeah. Definitely. If you got lime and lemon, yes.
7-Up a lemon? Is that a lemon concoction?
It's a lemon-lime flavored soda.
Okay. So, yeah, lemon, more or less.
With other natural flavors, caffeine-free.
Yeah, no caffeine.
Hey, speaking of sodas, you like that transition right there?
Oh, that was quite pro.
It was better when I don't stop it to say, speaking of sodas. Have you heard that?
Very slick.
They're going to put coffee and Coke? No.
I did see this.
That they put coffee and Coke? I shouldn't say they're going to. They did it, and they launched it nationwide.
It's available nationwide?
It's available nationwide. They've got a sugar-free version also, and you can get Coca-Cola and coffee in one of 3 flavors, dark blend, caramel, or vanilla. And it's a 12-ounce can.
Caramel.
69 milligrams of caffeine.
Okay, remind me, do you know how much that is? How much is in a cup of coffee?
69 milligrams of caffeine, which is just over half of a regular coffee or a Red Bull. But 69 milligrams is more than double the caffeine in a regular can of Coke.
So, to clarify, it is half the amount of caffeine that you would find in a Red Bull or in a cup of coffee.
Yes.
Okay.
According to chewboom.com.
No, good old Chewboom.
Right? But it's double than a regular can of Coke. So I don't drink Coke and I don't drink coffee. But doesn't this just sound like speed in a can?
Oh, well, no, it's only half the amount of caffeine as a cup of coffee.
I don't know. It still sounds like a lot.
It seems reasonable to me, actually.
69 milligrams. They do have a sugar-free version, so it's like, okay, that's good. If you're going to do one, you got to do the other. Does that sound good at all?
Actually, I do want to try that. Yeah.
Which one would you go for? Dark blend, caramel, or vanilla?
Probably dark blend. Yeah.
Okay.
Just because I'm a black coffee drinker. Be curious, though, to try the vanilla. I liked vanilla Coke a lot as a kid. Yeah. All these sound reasonable enough. Caramel? I don't know. Now, this actually reminded me, like we were all over the map one day, and I didn't get a chance to talk to you. Right. It sounded like you were about to be really aggressive one day.
Never.
About your affinity for Pepsi over Coca-Cola.
Yeah.
It looked like you were ready to start a fight over it, like you were going to bury some chin into somebody.
Bury some chin into somebody.
You were prepared to. It sounded like you were ready to get passionate about how much you like Pepsi over Coke.
And what's funny is I don't like Pepsi at all now, but I grew up in a Pepsi house, and I would pick Pepsi over Coke every day of the week and twice on Tuesdays.
Twice on Tuesdays.
I don't know why I say that.
These expressions.
And I'm not angry about people who like Coke over Pepsi. I just don't understand people who like Coke. And people love Coke. And people who love Diet Coke love Diet Coke. And I'm also not a diet drinker at all.
Right.
But I didn't discover Dr. Pepper till I was probably in high school. I didn't drink pop a lot growing up. I take that back. I couldn't finish a can of pop.
Oh, really?
So, yeah.
Oh, yeah. I was a pop kid, a soda kid, however you soft drink.
Right.
One soft drink, please.
I mean, we always had it in the house.
Well, yeah, I think, that's one of those things where you're kind of exposed to what is the household beverage.
Right.
Especially when I think of Coca-Cola, I think of my grandma's place. Coca-Cola and butterscotch and...
Aww, sweet grandma.
Yeah.
I'm not one of these people, though, when you're at a restaurant in the before times and you ask for, let's say you ask for a Pepsi and they say, oh, is Diet Coke okay? Or is Coke okay? I'm not one of these people where it's like, oh, gross. No, it's not okay. I don't do that. I'm like, nah, I'll do a tea instead, or iced tea, or a water. Like, I'm not one of those people that flip out when you don't have what they want.
Watch out, Kate. You just gave me an opening for a McDonald's reference.
Oh, yeah?
When I worked at McDonald's, yeah, it wasn't widespread, but from time to time, yeah, you get someone that said, no, I'll take, and then they would choose like Mr. Pibb or something different. Which, if we didn't have,
if Mr. Pibb, if I'm really, really, really wanting a pop, I can do Mr. Pibb. It's just not as good as a Dr. Pepper. It didn't go to medical school, so it's just a Mister, not a doctor.
You want a more educated soda?
I do. More credentials for my pop, please.
Yeah, I'd prefer Dr. Pepper over Mr. Pibb, but I would take Coca-Cola over Pepsi given the choice. But then I know also when people say that when those have said, oh yeah, I'm a Coca-Cola person, blind taste test, they oftentimes end up going for the Pepsi.
Do they really?
Yeah, do you remember those commercials at all, the blind taste tests?
Yeah, but how many of those are like orchestrated by Pepsi?
Well, that's fair. I mean, you can always edit the footage. So,
yeah.
But I feel like I saw once upon a time an actual independent scientific whatever taste test.
Okay. Unbiased.
Yes.
You said scientific, and I was trying to think of another like official word.
Yeah, right.
Yeah. Okay. Mm-hmm. Yeah. But you know what? Every now and then a cherry Coke is good. I'm not going to lie.
Yeah, cherry Coke is good.
From Sonic, where it's fountain Coke, and they do the little of cherry.
Yeah, I prefer the cherry added after the fact also, or before however, whatever the sequence is.
Right.
Whether they put the cherry syrup in first and then throw the Pepsi on top of it, or Coca-Cola or whatever, or vice versa. I do think I enjoy that more than the pre-mixed.
Yeah. We're going to have to get you some Coke with coffee.
Yeah, I do want to try that. That'd be good.
You can try it on the air. And then we can take footage of you like 3 hours later to see if you've got your coffee jitters. Or is this one of those things, Matt, that you're like, no, I have to do it over the weekend?
Yeah.
Like you only do coffee on the weekends?
No, I think I'd be okay on that. So I have the tea. I'm fairly certain I drink the equivalent of maybe a cup and a half of coffee with the amount of tea I drink each morning.
Okay.
But that's spread out. I mean, that takes me a long time to get through all of it over the course of a couple hours. And then, yeah, if I drink a couple of cups of coffee within half hour of each other, there's a chance I may start getting like panicky or like anxious.
And the shakes and
depending on my mood, yeah, coffee can be a mistake. Too much coffee can be a mistake. But this Coca-Cola beverage that's like half the strength of coffee, I think I could manage.
Well, and are you supposed to serve it cold like a Coke? Or are you supposed to like room temperature?
Oh, for sure, cold like a Coke.
Right?
Yes.
That just grosses me out to think of room temperature.
Well, like cold brew coffee.
Yeah.
Yeah,
sure.
Which yeah, you just don't like coffee, right?
I don't.
I feel like we could get you on board with coffee.
Here's the other thing. Monty wanted me to do hot chocolate at Starbucks one time. I'm like, I'm okay. I'm all right. And he's like, I don't understand why you won't try it. I'm like, I don't need another thing. I don't need to like fall in love with something else. Be like, I got to go to Starbucks to get my fix. Like, I feel like I don't need another thing.
Yeah, it's just nice for me, it's nice as a once in a while thing. Yeah, like and I know most people still are like, what are you talking about? You've got it backwards when I talk about drinking coffee on the weekend, but not during the week. And once again, maybe it's just this particular job or this particular place or just me and my weird wiring. If I were to have a couple cups of coffee and then be here during the morning, I don't think people would want to be around me.
It's probably best.
I start tweaking out. I'm a mess.
It's probably best that you know that, though. You know that we're not like, gosh, Matt seems unhinged. Well, guys, how many cups of coffee did he have?
Unhinged.
Yeah. I don't know.
That's exactly right.
So, okay, we're going to have to get you some Coke with coffee.
Yeah.
Coffee with Coke.
Absolutely. I want to try this, yeah. Do you like coffee flavored anything? Do you like, have you had?
I don't like the smell of coffee. I don't. Nope.
Okay.
And I think that certainly there's got to be some kind of coffee that I like, but I think it's going to be so doctored that can you even really call it coffee anymore?
Right.
You know?
When it's 4 parts Bailey and 1 part coffee, it's like,
And then whipped cream and then caramel sauce and then floating bits of Butterfinger in there. Then it's like a blizzard, right?
Sure. I don't know. Floating bits of Butterfinger?
An Irish blizzard. Let's do that. Let's do an Irish blizzard.
Yeah, I don't know.
Let's get your ice cream and your Baileys and then your peanut butter cups.
Yeah, I'll let you try that one first.
Oh, I think I know what I'm doing this weekend.
I don't know. That sounds like a nightmare of textures.
Oh, it sounds heavenly. And I've been going through a lot of Baileys lately, so I think I need a new use for it.
Oh, what are you drinking Baileys with if you're not having coffee? Oh, you're using with like hot cocoa.
Chocolate milk or hot chocolate.
Chocolate milk?
Yeah.
Oh. Do you heat up the milk?
No, cold.
Cold chocolate milk with Baileys. Okay, yeah, that sounds...
And then you put a little whipped cream on top and a little caramel sauce on top, and then it's a dessert.
Okay, yeah, that sounds pretty good.
Yeah. Yep. So the house is fully stocked with chocolate milk and Baileys.
How much is fully stocked? Would you keep like a gallon on hand?
A gallon of chocolate milk and then an open bottle of Baileys and an extra in the pantry.
I can keep that Baileys on hand a lot longer than you can chocolate milk.
I think you're right.
But you can freeze milk, right? Have you done that?
You can freeze milk. I've never frozen chocolate milk, but I've frozen white milk before.
What made you do that?
I'm trying to remember. When Finley was born and was doing... when we switched over to cow's milk, we went through I wouldn't call it a specialty. Do you remember Brahms?
Yes, they're like ice cream. This place still exists, right?
Yeah, it's like fast food and ice cream, but they also have like their side of the grocery store where they bottle their own milk, and it's higher end. It's better milk than just off the shelf. This is what you do when you have a child number 1, Matt. Child number 2 comes along and you just go to the grocery store and get regular milk.
The kids just start getting too costly.
Right. But there was a special on milk, and we bought like 4 of them and we froze them because we also went through like this thing where we were going to try to go to the grocery store once a month. You know what I mean? We were meal prepping. We had menus. We had things that we were doing to avoid going to the grocery store once and twice a week.
Yeah, I could dig that.
I mean, I think it lasted 3 months, but it actually unfroze very well. So,
yeah, someone told me, I think it was my brother actually who had told me that organic milk lasts a lot longer, its expiration date's a lot further out. Is that right?
I think you're right.
Okay.
I think you're right.
I'm not sure why, but...
Yeah. I'm not sure either.
It's like regular milk was what? It got an expiration date of like a week and a half or something, 10 days? Is that right?
Is it 10? I was thinking it was more than that. I could be wrong.
A couple weeks. It's been a long time since I've bought milk, especially on a regular basis.
You would think that I've got 2 like football players in my house. We go through a lot of milk.
Growing girls, right?
Growing girls,
yeah. But you and Monty put down a decent bit of milk too, you think?
I don't as much. I have certain meals that I like milk with. But Monty and Finley can go through some serious milk. Finley can go through some serious milk. Maybe that's why she's so tall. Monty and I are midgets, And we've got the skyscraper daughter.
I didn't think we were saying that word anymore.
Are we not? Bonnie and I are height challenged. I think little people sounds horrible.
Oh, yeah.
Is that a little person? Are you a little person? I'm a little person.
It does seem like everyone agreed on little people for a while.
Is that because of that show, though? Little People, Big World?
Maybe. I don't know.
Okay.
But I'm not going to say it.
No, you're right.
Not on the radio, at least. I'll let you do that.
Yeah. I think you're right, though. Bonnie and I are not very tall people.
We learned so much about words on the radio here on Matt and Kate.
Matt and Kate. MattandKate.com.
Yeah.
Get us in podcast form today.
That is not a website that works, but yes, search your podcast player for Matt and Kate is the easiest way to find us. MattKate.com is a website that exists.
MattKate.com.
Yeah, I think they wanted an exorbitant amount for MattandKate.com, and since basically it's just a home for podcasts, it's just easiest to search for Matt and Kate in your podcast player of choice.
Yeah.
Da-na-na-na. Da-da-da-dong.
I'm still waiting for like the workshop pictures of you sitting by the piano with your arms crossed and the pen to your face and think, and writing things and then crumbling the paper and throwing it in the basket. And it doesn't stay in the basket because there's too many, falls to the side.
Yep.
And then next up, you come up with Cruella de Vil, and then you're famous. Wait, that's 101 Dalmatians.
Same thing. Same general idea, yeah.
Totally.
I've been thinking recently about getting one of those indoor basketball goals, you know.
No. Like that goes on the back of your door or that goes on your trash can?
A little fancier that would, well, like one of those fancy ones that you would put on the back of your door. You know?
So no, I think the word fancy is throwing me off here. Are we not thinking Nerf style?
Well, yeah, I think they make them that even have like the backboard, like the see-through. What's that made of? Was that acrylic backboard?
Plexiglass. I think you should just get the pop-in shot instead.
Oh, but that's one of the nice things. I've got those tall ceilings in my living room. It's so tempting to get something to put up 10 feet in the
Pop-a shot. Dick's Sporting Goods, $75.
For a that's got the counter in it or whatever?
Yes. I mean, why? Okay, so I think I found a classic wood imaged mini basketball hoop that I think is what you're talking about. That's $65. Might as well get the double pop and shot.
Oh, it's a double one. Okay.
Yeah, so you can...
That can't be that nice of a one.
Play friends with your masks on.
I feel like I would need to buy... Thanks for the disclaimer there.
You're welcome.
I think I would need to buy one of those nice ones they have at like an arcade.
Oh,
you know?
Yeah.
When I do something, I like to go all out, which helps discourage some purchases and helps make some reckless purchases. But, you know.
Well, flash sale today only. 50% off this double Papa Shot. It's actually called the Goliath Arch Rivals Double Shootout Arcade basketball game. But it's not like as ginormous as the ones that you'd see like at a Dave & Buster's or...
Yeah, I need one with like...
Wherever.
Those ones are like 8 feet deep, maybe longer. Right?
The nice ones?
Yeah. The ones, you would find it at a Dave & Buster's or whatever arcade.
Mm-hmm. I'm looking for dimensions on this guy.
No way is it that big.
No way.
No way, Kate. Come on.
No way.
Oh, man. You know, I brag about the fact I don't have a basement because it allows me to not accumulate clutter. And then we have conversations like this, and then I just imagine a basement full of arcade games and pinball machines and Pop-A-Shot.
I know.
God.
I'm kind of in no hurry to finish our basement so that the girls can ride their bikes in the basement. Like, go downstairs and play.
Oh, that's fun.
But we do have higher ceilings, so we could do a Pop-A-Shot.
Upstairs?
Downstairs.
You have high ceilings in your basement?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, we fancy.
That's next level there.
You know it.
Beyond pro. Okay.
We went to a fundraiser for a couple of years where you play Pop-A-Shot. Like you donate $1 to play, and then the winner who has the best score at the end of the night wins a cash prize. Well, no one was playing, so I'm like, all right, I'll keep playing. And I kept getting better and better and better. And at the end of the night when we're checking out, they're like, you'd played Pop and Shot 10 times. That's $50. I'm like, okay. I didn't win anything. But
okay.
All right. I mean, I'm wearing my cute little cocktail dress shooting baskets. You got to get into a rhythm.
Yeah.
And you catch, release, catch, release.
That is the appropriate outfit for a Pop and Shot.
Yes.
I just crumble under the pressure of playing that game in front of people.
Do you?
Yeah. Pathetic. Yeah. Embarrassing.
Well, it wasn't like it was in front of everybody. It was off to the side.
Everybody was watching.
Everybody was watching.
That's why I need one in my house, I guess.
That's right. So you can be confident when you go to Dave & Buster's.
Nah, see, I think the problem is that just takes up too much space. So if I could just get the backboard that's on the wall and I can just freestyle shoot from anywhere in the room.
There you go.
Train myself that way instead. I don't know.
Now, I did find an over-the-door Franklin Sports from Wayfair for $25, but some of these, like the classic wood, $65. Okay, this one's only $20. Or just get one for your yard, for your driveway.
Oh,
to get the ones that you can crank so we can have dunking contests. So you get points for style and creativity.
Yeah. I saw a video of a guy like blowing his Achilles trying to do that.
Ugh.
And then landing on his arm and messing up. It was actually Tom Segura, the comedian. You familiar with him?
No.
Yeah.
But if I look him up, am I going to see that video?
I think you'd have to try to look.
Kind of like Alex Smith.
I think you want to put injury next to his name because there's lots of video.
Oh, that guy.
Yeah, he's on the Your Mom's House podcast is really good. I recommend the video podcast because they share a lot of clips of people being injured, so it's almost like he actually had it coming.
Karma. He reminds me of somebody, and I can't figure out who. Yeah.
I wish I could tell you. Someone you know?
You know, like another celebrity. Like, oh, is that so-and-so's brother? No, it's not.
No.
I'm not familiar with his comedy.
I guess he was cast at one point to be Jared Fogel's brother.
Subway?
Yeah.
Ew.
But it didn't work out.
That's probably a good thing.
Yeah, probably.
Probably a good thing. Oh, I've got a big, burp coming or something, Matt. I'm sorry. It's just, sitting.
Just make sure you get into the microphone.
Okay, so that brings me up to pet peeves. Did you see that in our notebook?
No.
Okay, it's one of, you know how we love maps. Each state's biggest pet peeve. And, if you had to pick a pet peeve, a singular one that drives you crazy, what would it be?
Oh, dear. Pet peeve.
I know. It's how do you narrow it down? I get it.
Well, just because you and I have talked about it before, mouth noises.
I don't know how you still work with me. I'm so sorry.
Especially people that I'm going to speak a sentence and then I don't think I can do it justice. I don't think I have the right.
I don't think you can, but I feel so guilty right now because I probably make more mouth noises than you'll ever be kind enough to tell me. I know that you'll tell me, but I think when you tell me, you're probably only telling me about 20% of the times that it drives you crazy. So I apologize. It's not on purpose, mouth noises, for sure.
No, I've actually, I think I'm not sure. Did you make a conscious effort to improve on this area or?
A little.
Did I just get conditioned to it or something? I don't know.
Maybe you're more conditioned to it because I will cut commercials and I'll hear something that I've got to delete. I'm like, ooh, if I do it there, I probably do it every day with Matt. Whoops. But I did find an article on each state's biggest pet peeve. Skipping right over that.
Yes. Should I look at this?
And it's in the notebook if you want.
Okay.
But I have been drinking 7-Up this morning. And I was just like, oh, Matt, I've got a burp. And you're like, make sure you get it into the mic. The biggest pet peeve for the state of Kansas is burping. And I'm like, that's weird. I didn't think that. What do you think Missouri's biggest pet peeve is?
Oh, see, I opened it up. Now I can see the map.
Oh, shoot. I mean, you know which state is Missouri. I should have asked you a state that you didn't know.
Yeah, exactly.
What's New Hampshire, Matt?
I should have chose anything on the East Coast. I
feel like this is a relatively, it's a pet peeve of yours.
Yes.
Slow internet. And that is the number one pet peeve. There's 11 states, I think, 15 states that say slow internet is their biggest pet peeve. Burping.
It's almost as if we have a slow internet problem in this country. You ever see those lists where we're way down? It's like 26th fastest internet in the world, United States. Now, maybe being generous, I'm not sure.
Oh, man, no.
Pretty slow.
I just think of all the 5G commercials that we're seeing right now.
Yeah.
So is the rest of the world like 18G? Is that a thing?
I don't think so.
Okay.
I think they're just 5G, except it's actually deployed and not just made up. But...
So the next pet peeve, what do you think? Would it be bragging, kids behaving badly, or public displays of affection?
My guess, just looking at because I can see the map, but once again, some of these states are big, Texas being one of them, is that it is badly behaved kids? Is that the second?
Badly behaved kids, Matt. That is the third biggest pet peeve of our nation. Florida, Georgia, Illinois, Michigan, North Carolina, Texas, and Virginia all say, take care of your kids.
Yeah, no kidding. I mean, many times that's just badly behaved parents, right?
I would agree. Bragging is the next. Littering and public displays of affection. But Nebraska is the only one in the nation that says their pet peeve is laziness.
Hardworking folk in Nebraska.
I mean, Alaska says, don't bite your nails. We think that's gross. Wyoming, passive-aggressive behavior.
Now, this public display of affection, is there 2 states here? I'm trying to see.
3. Hawaii, Nevada, and New Hampshire.
Yeah, in Nevada, I guess it could be widespread in Vegas. I don't know.
Maybe.
I thought maybe they'd be more conditioned and accepting of the PDA, but...
It's okay to hold hands on the strip, Vegas. Come on.
Yeah. They're counting that as PDA now.
Yeah.
God, remember when there was a new video of Shawn Mendes and Camila Cabello making out every other day?
Yeah, but they kiss weird. So we're like,
oh, yeah.
How are two beautiful people getting it so weird?
You see the video where they were like, we don't think we make out weird. And then they proceeded to intentionally make out weird.
Yes.
And it was like, actually, you guys should make out like that in public and people would be less disturbed.
Right. Your parents are so proud. What I think is hilarious is these one-stop pet peeves. Nebraska, laziness, Alaska, nail biting. Maryland is people who are too pessimistic.
Oh,
and
okay.
Delaware, it's traffic. It's like, well...
Traffic is a pet peeve. Interesting.
I mean, bad driving is probably... Okay, slow driving is probably my pet peeve.
Lots of litter in here also.
Yeah, some Arkansas, Kentucky, Pennsylvania, and West Virginia say, we hate litter bugs.
God, I got to get my U.S. map printed off, Kate.
Yeah, you do. Travis gave you the world, but you need the good old U.S. of A.
Yeah, I do need a zoomed-in map of the United States. Damn it. I'm so terrible at this. I'm just looking at this map and letting you lead the way.
You're welcome.
Like, okay, go, Kate.
Go, Kate.
Yes, thank you.
Next time we do these with the maps, I could go through and label them. Nebraska, laziness, Oklahoma.
Yeah, that seems like a good use of your time.
Right. What are you doing? Labeling Matt's map.
Why? Because he's a kindergartner. Oh, okay.
Oh, kindergartners don't know the states just yet.
Oh, I thought you were going to say, don't insult kindergartners like that.
No, I wouldn't say that. So yeah, Missouri can't handle the slow internet. Kansas, don't burp.
Tell you what, Kate, once I got that fiber installed at my house, oh my God.
Woo!
And it depends on what you're doing. For me, the upload speeds are what's real nice. Getting things out of my house to someone else's or to the office or whatever, just having it show up instantly. Mm-hmm. I know a lot of people don't have that particular need, If you're doing lots of video calling, fast internet helps your face show up prettier on the other person. Less pixelated of a face.
There you go. I was going to say, fast internet can only help so much.
Unless your face is damaged either to genetics or injury.
Current times.
Current times.
I've aged a lot.
In these in-between times where you've added a bunch of wrinkles and can't find your makeup, there you go.
Right.